how to model and do the program for a body part of the plumber plow. So to do that, so first I should go to the design. You just come down to design here and in solid click on sketch, then select the front plane. Then I want to draw a rectangle of any size. I will take some arbitrary point and then I will draw a rectangle. And I'll go for dimension. You select this dimension and give it as 168. Then similarly, I want this dimension to be 14, that is the height. Then I want the constraint to be the midpoint of this line should be onto the center. Then I will go for remove the constraints here. Then I'll go for line. You select some arbitrary point and then draw a line on this. Similarly, from this point, you draw one more line from this end point onto this line. Go for dimension between these two. Give the dimension it as 4. Similarly, on this side also, you give the dimension between these two as 4. Once you do that, now we have the entire thing has been done. Now I will disable the dimension and I will go for trim. Select this point and I want to remove this point. Similarly, this line and as well as this line, and go to finish sketch and go to 3 dimension and click on extrude. Select on this side, go to this go to one side, make it symmetric. For the entire whole length, you select 36 mm. So then you click on OK now. Then I want to go for sketch. Again, create sketch on the top surface of this model and go to circle, select the center point and draw some arbitrary diameter and go to dimension. Since the radius is 43, I will make it 86 now. That is the diameter. Then I will go for project, select this body and click on this and say OK. Now I will trim this extra portion which is not required. Then I will go for finish sketch and go to extrude, select on this profile and take the distance as 55 minus 14, which is 41. And then click on join. Now I will go for fillet, select on this radius, similarly on this side and give the radius as 6. Okay. And type the radius as 6 and say OK. Then I want to create a hole now. Go to sketch, click on this top surface and then create a point first. So select some arbitrary point on this line. Similarly, some point on this line and go for dimension. First you go to horizontal or vertical. Select between these two, that should become horizontal. Similarly, between this point and this point. Then you go for dimension between these two, give the dimension as 31. Similarly, from this point to this point, you give 31 now. Okay. Once you do that, now you'll go for finish sketch and you go to 3 dimension. Now you go to create, come down to hole now. Select on this point and similarly you select on this point. So what is the diameter of the hole? The diameter of the hole is 10.5. So here this diameter is 10.5. The distance is through all. Okay. Click on OK now. Then I want to create the rectangle here. Go to sketch, click on this front plane. Okay. Then go to rectangle, select some arbitrary point and then draw a rectangle of any size. Go to dimension, you select this dimension as 44. Okay. Then I want the dimension from this point to this center, you make it as 22. And similarly, this dimension to be of 12 mm. Okay. Then again, I want to create one more rectangle here of any size like this. So the dimension between this point to this point is, the dimension of this is 38. Okay, you take this as 38. Then I want the dimension from this, the dimension from this point to this point. Give the dimension as 19, that is 38. Okay, so automatically this will be considered. Similarly, the dimension from here to here is 3 mm. So once you do that, now we have the entire thing which has been constructed. So here I will just go to select and you give the dimensions so that you will be able to create the model in this direction and remove the constraints. Okay. So once you do that, now I need to go for finish sketch. You just click on this and go to 3 dimension. Go to extrude, select on this side and also you select on this and take the distance is through all on this side and flip it and say OK. Then the next thing is I want to create a circle of diameter 38. Go to sketch, click on this side. Now we will go for a circle. Select on this midpoint of that circle and then draw any diameter or radius and give the dimension is 38. Then you go to finish sketch and click on this 3D and go to extrude, select on this side, give the distance is through all and then flip and say OK. So then I want to go for this one here. I want to drill a hole here. So I'll go for a sketch, click on the right plane, that is the front plane, which is at the middle. Now I want to draw a line from this center. Okay. I will just go for project. You can do that also. You just go to project and select on this and say OK. Now you go for line, you select this line and then draw one vertical line of any length. Similarly, I want to draw one more line from here in the vertical direction and then go for dimension between these two. Give the dimension as 3 because the diameter is 6. Now once you do that, now I will go for a line. You just draw one horizontal line of any length. And from here, I want to draw one more line of any length and go for dimension between this and this. You give the dimension as 6. Similarly, I want to draw a line from this point at particular angle, then go to dimension between this and this line. Give the angle as 30 degrees. Okay. Then I want to draw one extra line here of any length and you just disable bodies and make sure that all the entities which is not required is trimmed. Sorry, Control Z. Now I want to be trimmed on this side, yes, and also on this side. Then I want to uh, go for modify till you extend this line and go to trim on this side. Then you just remove this line which is not required now at present. Then similarly, I don't want this line. Okay. Then I want to trim this portion and also this portion and this portion. So we have the diameter of radius is 3 and from this point to this point it is 6 and this angle with reference to the horizontal is 30 degrees. Once you do that, now you go for finish sketch and go to bodies, click on revolve, select this, remove this body and you select these two profiles or if you take only one profile is also okay. Then click on the axis, you select on this axis and then go to cut. So now we can see that the whole of diameter 6 has been done at the center. Then I want to draw the oblong slot. So I will just go for a sketch. Click on this plane. Now I want to create a point. Now just go to point. Go to point. Click on any arbitrary point here and go to dimension. First go to constraint. Select this point to be constrained with this horizontal. Then you go for dimension between this point to this point, which is 64, 128. Correct? So I will go for 64. Then you go for slot. Slot, take center to center slot. From this point, you take it to any arbitrary point and then draw a slot here. Similarly, you go for a constraint, you select between these two, that should be horizontal, and similarly between these two, that should be horizontal. Then go for dimension of this as 8. Okay. Then you go for dimension between this point to this point. Okay. Make it 4. Okay. And automatically this will be taken care. Then go to radius, it has 5. So once you do that, now we have this particular reference, and you just go to the finish sketch and go to 3D and go to extrude, select on this profile and go to distance is through all and then flip it and say OK. Now then you go for create, go to mirror, come down to mirror. So in the features, you select this as the feature and then go to mirror plane. You select on this mirror plane on this side and click on OK. So we have done all the top surfaces of these things. And now we will go for the bottom surface. You just come down to this bottom surface, go to sketch, click on this plane. Now I want to go for rectangle. So you select one rectangle of any dimension here. Okay. Then similarly, I want to go for the constraint, make this as equal constraint between this and this. Okay, dimension is make it 20 on either side. Yes. Then go to dimension of this point from the center to this. You make this as 10 on the horizontal direction because that square has to be placed exactly at the center of this. You just take between these two and give this dimension as 10 now. So now once you have this, then you go for finish sketch and go to 3D and you come down to this point and go to extrude. Select on this profile and give the distance is -9 because 7 -7 -2. And then you click on OK. Then I want to mirror this, create, go to mirror, select on this feature, which is this one. And then the mirror plane is on this side. You just come down to this side, click on this and say OK now. So once you do that, now we have this bottom portion. Similarly, I want to go for sketch, click on the top surface. Now I'll go for project, enable body on this side, click on OK. Now I want to offset this. So go to command is offset, select the chain, you select on this side and give the distance is 8 mm. Flip it on the opposite direction and click on OK. Now I want to draw a line here. You just click on line, select some arbitrary point. From there you draw a line. Similarly from this side also you draw a line of any length. Then you go for dimension between this line and this. You make it 8 on this side. Similarly dimension from this point to this line you make it as 8. Okay. Then you just remove bodies and you come down to trim this portion now first. Similarly, you trim this portion on this side. Then you trim this side on this side. Okay. Once you do that, now you go for finish sketch. Okay. Then go to bodies or you remove bodies. Then go to extrude. Select on this profile, and on this profile. Similarly, on this side also, you select on these things and enable bodies and go to this extrude, give the distance as -2. So operation is cut. So this is how you will be able to create the model of this body uh, by using the Fusion software. So I will just go to this and I will save this as body and click on OK. So this will go, this data which is going to be stored in the cloud. The next portion is now I want to go for how to program to make the manufacturing aspect. Thank you.